CBS Sports, Lamar Jackson will be on the field for the Ravens Week 1. Jackson will reportedly have packages created for him and could be on the field for just a few plays or a dozen plays. Baltimore traded up to the final pick of the first round for Jackson, but John Harbaugh said Joe Flacco is still the starter. Lockenfora also says the drafting of Jackson means that Flacco will not be back with the Ravens in 2019. Blake Freeney is still with us, but for Shannon, is it a good idea to play Lamar Jackson immediately?
Why not? I believe he has a unique skill set, and the coaches that are there have worked with players with unique skill sets. Colin Kaepernick, Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator. They worked with Donovan McNabb. Michael Vick, yes. So this guy has a unique skill set. You need someone with imagination that's going to give him an opportunity. Plus, have anybody looked at the Ravens offense over the last 3 or 4 years? Last year, they were 27th in total offense, 29th in passing offense. What could he hurt? There's only 3 teams worse than they were in the passing game. So why not put him on the field, put him in a situation where he has success? And I believe that's what they'll do, Skip. They'll look what he had success at the University of Louisville. Okay, this is what he can do really well. And let's see what he can do, because they didn't draft him to sit on the bench for the next 5, 6 years. I believe, as Jason Lockenfora said, and I know Jason quite well, I believe they're going to move on from Joe Flacco, Skip. If they release him after this year, they'll say $18.5 million. They will. You tell me the way that Joe Flacco has performed since he's got this big contract would warrant that kind of pay? I don't think so. So I'm glad, because a lot of times you waste time. Well, we're going to hold him. Hold him back for what? If the guy can play, can help you win, put his butt on the field.
Your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm split, to be honest with you. I think that, their offense needs a guy like that to go out and spark something.
Right.
That the offense is pretty much dead. But on the other side, he's a rookie, okay? I'm sure he has to learn coverages. He has a lot of things he has to learn to be successful.
Right.
He doesn't have that many weapons around him. All right? So if you don't have any weapons and you don't really know coverages and maybe your offensive line is bad, that means you're not going to have a good year. Okay, regardless. Now, you might get experience,
right,
but you're going to be baptized by fire, right? And it might actually hurt you. You might be a little bit, get hurt, run, something bad can happen from being in that situation. So I feel like this. Start Flacco. Have him learn under him, okay? Absorb as much as you can. Now, if Joe is playing bad,
I believe they'll start Flacco.
If he's if he's playing bad, then you can put the rookie in and say, all right, let's see what happens. Let's change this thing up. But I don't think you start in the beginning putting him out there when you have a guy like Joe who has all that experience that he can learn from.
Are you suggesting he play quarterback or play utility back?
No,
I don't know which way you're going with this.
I think they'll use him in a situation. Maybe they use him like how the Steelers did Cordell Stewart.
That's my whole case here, okay? I don't love that for Lamar.
Okay.
Because there was somebody out there whose name was not printed, but who said we want him to play receiver, right?
Right.
Period. End of story.
Right.
So I don't want to see them cubbyhole him as some sort of slash player, like Cordell, who's a friend of mine, 1995 for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Neil O'Donnell is the quarterback. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl with slash because Cordell was happy as a late second-round pick to say, okay, so during the regular season, he threw 7 passes, he ran it 15 times, and he caught 14 balls. So they used him in the slot. They put him in motion. They did slot reverses to him. They did all kinds of little slash things, creative little ways to get the ball in his hands, while Neil O'Donnell was always on the field.
Right.
So I don't know which way you're going here. Are you talking about subbing him in for Joe Flacco?
Yeah, I think you have a couple of series, Skip, where you let him, he's the quarterback, and you put him in a situation where he can be successful, which is a spread offense. Skip, they struggle moving the football.
Boy, it's hard to practice that. Now you're running 2 totally different attacks because Flacco is nothing like Lamar or vice versa. Nothing like. And they're the flip sides of each other.
And I'm looking at Joe Flacco over the last 4 years.
I totally agree with you. I call him Joe Fluco. I'm not a fan. I wasn't, but I can't argue with the postseason because it is extraordinary what he did.
Yeah, they say, well, okay, if we were to get to the postseason,
you got to get there.
Joe Flacco.
I know.
But in the meantime, we're not getting to the postseason, and we're getting exposed.
So how would you like to be Joe Flacco going into this coming year when, at best, you're a lame duck, a one more year starter, right?
Yeah.
You're just keeping it warm for the kid until he gets a feel for it. Well, to me, you should fish or cut bait. I'm back to that age-old expression. If you have two quarterbacks, you have none. And if you're going to mix and match them, if you're going to try, as we go back to Coach Landry once upon a time, tried to alternate Roger Staubach and Craig Morton. Like every other play, you're the play messenger to run in. I'm going to tell you the play that you get to run in and run. It will not work. It's a single quarterback offense where you know this. You have to have a guy who's in control, who gets into the rhythm of the game, and you have to go one way or the other. And I don't personally want to see Lamar used as a slash player. That's just me.
Well, there's a good chance, Skip, if this thing doesn't go well early on, Lamar Jackson could be the eventual starter. Because
this coming year,
I agree with that. Because I don't believe they're going to go through what they went through last year with Joe Flacco. Obviously, they didn't have a whole lot of confidence in Ryan Mallett. That's why they were kicking the tires on they kicked the tires on Colin Kaepernick. I believe if Joe Flacco were to struggle like he struggled last year, they would have no choice but to put Lamar Jackson in. And because they've had some of the, and maybe, Skip, maybe they don't run these packages in the game, but I can assure you in training camp, they're going to get Lamar Jackson in a package of plays, and they're going to expand from there. So if Joe Flacco is struggling in the regular season, Lamar Jackson is coming in.
Okay. So I hark back to that year under Harbaugh in San Francisco when Colin Kaepernick was handed the reins mid-season from Alex Smith, and they took off and should have won the Super Bowl to me, but they got to the Super Bowl. But Colin had been in the system for, what, a couple of years?
Yeah, he was a second-year quarterback.
Yeah. So at least he had some baptism, not by fire, just by osmosis, you know, just being around. And this, to your point, we both agree, Lamar's got some learning to do about, even though he played in a pro-style offense under Petrino, who's a very demanding pro-style coach, it's going to take him a little while. So this is going to be very interesting to see how quickly, you know, the pressure on Flacco's got to be extraordinary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is, like I said, this guy here, he's going to run the ball, and he's going to scramble around. The thing is this is not college. You're not going against guys who are 18, 19, your age. You're getting hit by people who are twice as strong, twice as big. You know, you have all that concussion stuff. I don't know too many quarterbacks who run the ball and scramble and who have not gotten hurt in this league. So that's another risk.
Would you have liked to have played against a rookie Lamar Jackson? Would you feast on that?
I personally love the quarterback who loves to hold on to the ball. Okay? The longer you hold on to the ball is the more opportunity I have to get you. All right? The guy who I can't stand is the guy who gets rid of the ball and doesn't want to get touched.
Tom Brady?
Yes. All right? That guy annoys me. You know what I mean? Because I keep beating my guy, and when I think I have the sack, then ball's gone. And then when I think he's going to throw the ball, guess what? He holds on to it.
How often did a running quarterback frustrate you?
Well, it doesn't frustrate me too much, you know, because the fact of the matter is I had an opportunity. And that's as a D lineman, as a guy who gets after the quarterback, that's all you want. Just give me the opportunity to get to the quarterback. So if he's going to hold on to the ball, trust me, me and Mathis, we're going to craft up something where we're going to get him down. So.
And the thing is, if you look at through history, Skip, the more mobile the quarterback is, the higher his sack percentage is. Look at Randall Cunningham. Look at Mike Vick. Look at RG3. Look at Cam Newton. All these guys, even Steve Young, all the guys, you're like, well, how are they getting sacked so much? Because while he can get away from something on one side, he runs himself into trouble on the backside.
Yes.
So,
exactly. And that's his default. As a default button for quarterbacks who are athletic, they're going to run for their success. Now, other quarterbacks, they say, okay, I can't run. I'm going to throw the ball away. And that actually helps them out and helps the team out, I think, a little bit more than that guy who wants to scramble and run, unless you're like, you know, Newton, where, you know, all of a sudden you run for 30, 40 yards running guys over. There's not too many guys like that.
We got to leave it there. Dwight, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
The Washington Redskins are under fire for the treatment of their cheerleaders, and we'll discuss that next.